The 2017 Loretta Lynn's Remastered Series is brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATV MC and Lucas Oil.
Tell you, my hat's off and a big pat to the back to the MX Sports crew led by Jeff Russell down here as they came down weeks early just to prepare this place for what we have here with this Amateur National Championship, man. I mean, I don't think anyone realizes the blood, sweat, and tears that goes in this place to make the magic that happens here, that's for sure. I know these guys probably feel it on the road to Loretta's, and we're about to witness who's been working hard this week and this year as the gate drops on this one, and we head for the Bell Moto Hole Shot Award, and free and clear, no question about it. We've got a Hole Shot Award winner that is not going to be questioned, I don't believe, and that's Joshua Varese. He's the Supermini 213-16 Hole Shot Award winner. He's riding on board the number 23 machine, of course, out of Rialto, California, on the Orange Brigade KTM, backed by MX Pro Parts. Also, Jayasik Sloan, Alias 60, FMF, Factory Connection, Scott, Dunlop, Kreider, Lynx Racing, and Moto X Compound. He's also a part of the West Kane Mafia, and that's a pretty good thing that he can certainly be proud of here. Grabbing that Bell Hole Shot Award, an extra $100 there for him. But man, he's got all kinds of company already happening. That's out of Masterpool, the number 95, as he pulls up side by side out of Paris, Texas, right in the Storyland and right into the number 1 position as we got a new leader head past the Waterworks and now toward the Rocky Mountain ATV MC sweeper turn. So continuing now through the big sweeper turn, it is Masterpool, and already our early leader, Joshua Varese, under pressure from the 3rd and 4th place riders, as this is going to sort out a little differently than I'm sure he had hoped. But wow, look at this machine working it to its maximum potential. Talk about suspension, talk about hookup on the tires, talk about rider fluidness. It's all coming together right here today to bring Jake Masterpool out to the number 1 position here. As he looks in his rear view mirror, you can see a big battle starting to ensue back there. Who is taking it to the limit for 2nd place position, trying to catch up to the 95 of Masterpool. Masterpool in through. As we check in, it's Jarrett Fry, the 34. Dylan Schwartz, the 74, in 3rd. Joshua Varese now in 4th. Carson Mumford in 5th. Alexander Vestal in 5th. Styles Robertson, actually at 6th for Vestal. Styles Robertson in 7th. Charles Tollison is running in the 8th place position. Brandon Walther is 9th. Lane Allison rounds out the top 10. We'll go 11 through 20 for you. Cole Bradford, the 27, is 11. Jeremy Ryan, the 20 and 12. 44 of Austin Kupa-Karani in the number 13 spot. Tyler Evans, the 11 and 14. 36, TJ Usselman in 15. Zachary Dobbs, the 62 and 16. The 17th place position. 14 of Brady Gilmore. Kimball Jett, the 92, 18th. 19th, the 35 of Jack Rogers, rounding out the top 20. Husky Varner Rider, the number 47 of Levi Kitchen. And we are off to the races here at Loretta Lynn's as things are certainly heating up here on lap number 2. That 34 machine of Jarrett Fry holding on. Oh, and his biggest competition, Dylan Schwartz, nearly going down as they entered the Storyland back there. He regains composure. No, he is trying to get it fired back up, so he stalls it out and is going to lose a couple of positions there, and that's going to give Jarrett Fry a whole lot of breathing room because he was less, get this, he was less than a second, about 0.8 of a second separating he and Fry whenever that happened, maybe even more than that. Now that'll move Varese up, I believe. Carson Mumford would also move up, but that gives Jarrett Fry the breathing room he needs right now for 2nd place. Masterpool has gone into checkout mode already and pulled a 2.6 second gap at the end of that first lap of racing. He didn't even get the hole shot, folks. That was after passing your early hole shot winner there, and that was Varese, who is now running in the 4th, I'm thinking maybe as much as 3rd place position after that little get off by Dylan Schwartz. But Schwartz is trying to make up for that lost ground again. Check this out. There comes that 59 of Styles Robertson, also from back in 7th place position. Another rider to keep an eye on as he gets around Joshua Varese. I believe he may have trying to reel in Carson Mumford now, so let's see how it works. Wow, Robertson all the way up to 3rd. That's even, man, better than what I thought. So it's Masterpool, Fry, Styles Robertson moving up from 7th into a 3rd place position on that lap. Joshua Varese Holding on to 4th. Carson Mumford is 5th. Alexander Vestal is 6th. Walther is 7th. Swartz getting back up and rolling in 8th place position. He's going to be one to watch on board that 74 machine. Charles Tollison in 9th. Jeremy Ryan rounding out the top 10. So gaps really reflective of not much of a battle for 1st and 2nd, but still highly contestable back there as Joshua Varese was less than a second behind Robertson. Now Robertson, man on a mission, may be actually chipping away at that 5.3-second lead that he saw between he and Jarrett Fry. Jarrett Fry had all kinds of pressure, though, there for a moment coming out of Dylan Swartz. We're going to keep an eye on Swartz this lap around to see what kind of ground he can make up. You start looking at these lap times. Masterpool's a 2:01.6, Jarrett Fry a 2:04.6, Robertson a 2:04.1. That was in traffic and getting around Varese, who had a 2:09.5. Carson Mumford at a 2:10.9, just under the 2:11 mark. Then we're seeing Vestal with a 2:11, Brandon Walther a 2:09. Dylan Swartz had a 2:18, but I think this next time around we're going to see him somewhere in the neighborhood of about a 2:05 or 2:06 once he puts down a hot lap and does it without any mistakes. Robertson, though, man on a mission and making up ground out there as he rolls out of that Rocky Mountain sweeper turn and into the heart of this Loretta Lynn race course toward the Thor Sweeper Beach. Now he'll be making his way as our leaders are doing the exact same thing. Ty Masterpool again, that 95 machine should be wrapping up lap number 3 here in just mere moments as he goes rolling by. And there he is, a 2:02 that time around for Masterpool, 2:04 for Jarrett Fry, now 7.3 seconds back. Here's the question, 4.8 seconds, a 2:03.7, only a half second gained by Stellan Robertson on Jarrett Fry. But Robertson is, again, man, just, there is a method to the madness out there, and he is certainly riding very fluid here in this challenging racetrack at Loretta Lynn's. The track is as much of a competitor as the racers themselves are, and Robertson seems to be mastering that part of the ride. 3 laps down, not much of a change to the top 10. We'll run through it again. Masterpool, Fry, Robertson, Varese, Mumford still 5th, Alexander Vestal. Now, there is the 2:05 that I was talking about for Dylan Swartz. He's still 7th place, but now less than a second behind the 6th place ride. So that's a rider we're going to want to keep a ride on, the 74 back in 7th place. Now we saw Robertson moving up about 3 or 4 spots over the course of a lap there early in the Moto. I don't expect necessarily we're going to see Swartz do exactly that because of the gaps now that have opened up between these positions, but I believe that Swartz has an opportunity to make up a lot of real estate here, put himself in a top 5 position, maybe start working on a 4th if things go well for him, maybe even start pushing that battle up to 3rd, and if he gets lucky, maybe get a top 3 in this one. But even a top 5 score in this Supermini 2:13-16 class could yield some big results. I mean, we see it in the professional ranks. If you were watching Washougal, Joey Safaci, who was a very well-known rider right here at Loretta Lynn's for many, many years, took a 7-1 at Washougal there the other day and won the overall. So that shows you that just because one person has a bad moto, don't mean that others can't either, and that's the way things get flip-flopped around there. So don't count yourself out just because you don't have the moto that you're looking for this first time out. Wow, Masterpool is... Thought he about took that one down, man, but he is riding the ragged edge out there. 2:01.2 that last time around. That was his fastest lap. That was lap number 4. There's no reason for him to have to push it that much. He has a 10.5-second gap. He's just putting on a clinic out there right now. I think trying to open up some eyes to some folks just to let them know, make that statement, put that exclamation point on this ride out there. Styles Robertson now 4.3 seconds back, gaining another half second, a little more than a half second on Jarrett Fry. That's going to be a tough one for Robertson to try and reel in, as he has not been able to make up any major ground. So lap traffic may end up being a saving grace there for Styles Robertson unless Fry gets through it, and then Robertson can't as quickly. So a lot of things still to unfold here as lap number 4 in the history books. Again, Masterpool's 2:01, the fastest lap. Your second fastest lap has been turned by, looks like Dylan Swartz, who is now up to that 5th place position, as we told you that last time around, a 2:03.4 for that rider. 2.8 seconds back behind Carson Mumford now, and not much difference in that in their lap time. So in theory, Dylan Swartz should be right on the rear wheel. So he goes from 7th to 5th that last time around. And now Dylan Swartz is working on that 4th place position, less than 3 seconds behind him as we keep an eye on Ty Masterpool. We are some 10 minutes now into this Moto 1 for the Supermini 2 13 to 16-year-old class. Masterpool, Fry, Robertson, Mumford, and Swartz. And again, Swartz is one they're going to want to watch out there. Going to keep your eye on. We'll pick him up visually. There goes Masterpool past the finish line. The gap back to second. Here comes Fry now aboard the 34. And there is not real far off pace. You look at it visually, Styles Robertson is closing up that 4.3 second gap, now almost a full second, a 3.5 second gap. Here comes Carson Mumford and Dylan Swartz, and I believe that Swartz got around Mumford, so Mumford is now 5th. We missed that. I believe that pass took place right there in that sweeper turn there, Flash. So watching the 74 machine make his way up through the pack up the 4th place position. Masterpool, Fry, Robertson, and what about Swartz and the gap up to 3rd on Styles Robertson? A near 13-second gap is going to be nearly impossible to overcome unless something happens here in the closing moments of the Moto 1. Robertson, a 2:02.416 that last time around. Now, it's not the fastest lap, but it's later in the Moto. It's contesting with other riders out on the track, so still very impressive lap time that we're seeing out of that rider. Joshua Varese holding steadily. He's just outside the top 5 right now, and 6th as he's your rider that grabbed the Bell Pole Shot Award there. And a real quick check here at approaching 12 minutes and 5 laps down into this Moto. Masterpool, Fry, Robertson, Swartz, Mumford, still no change as we told you in that. 6th place for Rees. Alexander Vestal is 7th. Jeremy Ryan in 8th. Brandon Walther is 9th. Charles Tollison in 10th. TJ Usman is 11th. Cole Bradford 12th. Jack Rogers 13th. 14th. Deegan Palmer. Lane Allison 15th. Zachary Dobbs 16th. Tyler Evans 17th. He's on the 11th. The 44 of Austin Kopacrani is 18th. Kimball Jett, the 92 and 19th. Levi Kitchen, the 47 machine, rounds out the top 20. And here comes the battle for you. It looks like, oh, that's your leader now going through the lap traffic. And did we see a white flag come that time around? I'm not sure. But we should be in these waning moments of this first Moto of racing for the Supermini racers. Again, folks, if you're following along, make sure you're paying attention to all of our social media. Follow Loretta Lynn MX on Facebook. Also check out at Loretta Lynn MX on Instagram and on Twitter. Use the official hashtags, hashtag Loretta Lynn MX, hashtag LLMX, and hashtag LL17. That'll keep you in the social trend as far as 2017 in the Rocky Mountain ATVMC Amateur National Motocross Championships here at Loretta Lynn's. Watching your leader, Masterpool, work through some of this traffic. Now the 34 machine is finding himself in it. This right here might be the opportunity where Styles Robertson can make up that gap, and he has. A little bit of a mistake there, it looks like, for Fries. It opens up to an 11.3 second gap. Robertson now turning about 2 second faster lap times, and now reeling in that 34 machine here in the closing moments of this first Moto of racing. And there it is. The battle is happening. We saw Robertson working his way through the pack. He made up big ground early on. The last few laps of racing, he had to go to work to chip away, chip away, chip away. And he has chipped away to where we're down to virtually nothing. It's a matter of yelling timber at this point, the way things are looking for Styles Robertson as he tries to chop down Jared Fry. Can he make the pass on him here in the closing moments? Still just a little bit of time left to go in Moto 1, Supermini 2, 13 to 16-year-old riders. So Masterpool in with 7, Fry in, Robertson in. That 1.1 second gap remains the same, nearly identical lap times at 205.358, 205.448, less than a hundredth of a second separating, or about 1/100th of a second separating them on that lap time last time around. That's very closely matching each other's lap times. You can't get much closer than that. Splitting hairs, I guess you could say. 2:07.4 for Dylan Swartz, as he seems to have found his pace, and a 16.5 second gap. He knows he's not going to be able to reel in Robertson, so he's going to have to hope for a better start in Moto 2 and a little inconsistency for some of the other riders. But as Jason Wygant, Kevin Kelly have mentioned a couple of different times today, you know, these first motos, you don't see traditionally what you expect to see, possibly because of gate picks. It is a everybody has to draw for their gate position pick when they go down to the starting line. It's kind of like a lottery, if you will, for those riders, and sometimes they do well, sometimes they don't. Some do as good with whatever start they get as they do if they get to choose first. So, but others, it could be a mental game for some, and whatever the case may be, it certainly starts to play out a little different as the week progresses. So Swartz might find himself in a little better position. Carson Mumford still in the number 5 spot. Varese has held steady at 6 with Alexander Vestal in 7th. Jeremy Ryan in 8th. Charles Tollison in 9th. And Brandon Walther rounding out the top 10. Jake Masterpool, though, the man of the hour. Right there he rolls. Or Ty Masterpool, I'm sorry. Ty Masterpool as he makes his way around the racetrack here. And not too many more times before Ty will find himself a possible checker flag in a Moto 1 win. I've probably been calling Ty Jake the entire time, and if I have, I apologize. But Jarrett Fry running in the number 2 spot. Styles Robertson in 3rd. Dylan Swartz in 4th. Carson Mumford in 5th. That's what we saw last time around. Again, these riders nearly matching each other's lap times. 0.2 of a second faster for Robertson that time, but you can't really notice it on the racetrack. 1 second still separates second and third place positions. 11.2 back to the number 2 spot between first and second, as Masterpool is working his way now into the 10 Commandments. Plenty of lap traffic just ahead of him. And it appears to give him no problem whatsoever. Still 2:04 lap times. Amazes me sometimes that the ease at which some of these riders are able to manipulate lap traffic, while others find themselves and find it a little more difficult. But sometimes in a heated battle, your split-second decisions come back to haunt you. Masterpool can easily pick and choose his lines, as he is under no pressure whatsoever here to these closing moments. We are 18 minutes into this race now, and I believe that we'll probably see the checker this time around. Or will it be the white? We'll know for sure here in just a few moments. And right now, Masterpool into the final turns of lap traffic. And man, look at that racetrack. Multiple lines to choose from, but the wrong one could send you into peril if you are not careful. White flag is out right now. Is it coming out or is it out? I believe this is coming up for checkers, right? It is out, so checker flag down past the billboard, so right in that 20-minute range for this moto is what they shoot for. And we're going to be every bit there and then some for these riders. Masterpool commanding lead. Again, Robertson is now 0.8 of a second behind the 34 of Fry. If we can drop back and check that battle out. Flash. Blue flags are out for Masterpool now. And where is that battle for second place? Jared Fry. And there's Styles Robertson, the 59. may be out here. We're on our victory lap right now with Master Pool, if I'm not mistaken. There he is through Suzuki Storyland. Turned a 2:06.5 lap time. That's how much comfort zone he has. That's also how much lap traffic he's having to deal with here late in the moto. But that kind of comfort zone, not a lot to worry about there. Through the big sweeper, turn one, final time there. Rocky Mountain ATVMC sweeper over Big Ray Butts himself. And into the heart of his race course. Down to the Thor Beach sweeper now, over top of that Kawasaki Camelback. Always one of my favorite jumps. You know, we changed that up a few years ago. I was curious as to whether or not it would still offer up exciting aerobatics and good racing opportunity. It has. It's been a great jump still. I think 8 years ago, so people don't realize that. But look at that, checker flag is out. Ty Masterpool takes the win. 10 laps into this one, my friends. Just over the 20-minute mark here. We see a 2:06 lap time that last time around, but here comes the battle for the number 2 spot. Not much of a battle, I guess, as looks like maybe Jarrett Fry opened that up. Yes, 5.6 seconds. Robertson making some sort of mistake out there, and he has relinquished that battle for second, but at the same time, he's still setting pretty as far as the championship is concerned with a 3rd place position. Same thing going for Dylan Swartz there right now, but Carson Mumford, he'll hang on to number 5 position. And we need Tristan Cheek to report to the MX Sports office trailer. Tristan Cheek to report to the MX Sports racetrack office ASAP. Tristan Cheek. So Ty Masterpool, Jarrett Fry, Styles Robertson, Dylan Swartz, Carson Mumford, Joshua Varese holds on for 6th throughout that entire moto after grabbing the whole shot. Jeremy Ryan in 7th, Alexander Vestal is 8th, Charles Tollison in 9th, and we should see Brandon Walther in 10th. Give them a couple moments. I'll give you an 11 through 20 as they make their way down to the podium. We were looking at Usselman in 11th, Cole Bradford 12th, Zachary Dobbs was 13th, Tyler Evans 14th, Digan Palmer 15th, Jack Rogers 16th, Lane Allison 17th, Andrew Hertzler in 18th, 19th, Chase Enter in 20th, Gail Ruiz del Largo. There you go. So that's your top 20. And we head down to the podium as we get set to celebrate with our top 3 and a Whole Shot Award winner.
Well, we got our moto winner right here on the TM. The number 95, Ty Masterpool. Hey, first thing I got to ask, how did this TM deal come together, and how good is the bike?
It's a very good bike. Just kind of, I just heard of them from a friend and stuff, and just kind of rode them and just kind of stayed under the radar the whole year.
They give you support?
A little bit, they.
Oh, okay. All right, doing it on your own to a degree. How did that moto go?
It went very good. First time I probably got started in the top 5 in quite a few years, and tried riding my own race.
All right, Ty, who do you want to thank, man? Solid moto win.
I would like to thank God for just being with me no matter what, and all that. My mom, dad, my brother Jake, both of the mechanics, just can't thank them enough. Monster Energy, Fox, Racer Identity, Merge, and just can't thank everybody enough.
All right, there it is. Ty Masterpool, the gold medalist, moto winner on the TM in Supermini. And we got a Bell Helmets Whole Shot Award. Sorry, I got to hold on to the medals. Let's hear it for Josh Varese. All right, who do you want to thank for getting that good start, Chairman?
I'd like to thank the Lord for keeping me safe, my mom and dad, my little brother, my grandma and grandpa, KTM Orange Brigade, Free the Peeps, Alias, Dunlop, Factory Connection for getting me through those bumps nice and smooth, Alpine Star, Williat, Nihilo Concepts, W Wheels, everybody at Chirby's, Moto X Compound, Timmy at Moto X Compound for helping us, and Matt and Jennifer for everything they've done for us. And if I forgot anybody, thank you so much.
There it is. Let's hear it for Josh Varese, taking your Bell Helmets Whole Shot Award. I got to bring our second place finisher on up. Looking for Jarrett Fry. There he is. And we'll get Styles Robertson close to the stage as well and talk about third place run. And right after this moto, we'll have intermission starring Andrew Short, who will be riding the all-new Honda 2018 CRF 250R. Come on out to the front. Let's hear it for our silver medalist, Jarrett Fry. First of all, you're as tall as I am, so how's that Supermini fit?
Oh, it's not too bad, actually. I'm a little tall, but it's actually not that bad.
Cool. How'd the moto go?
I got off to a pretty good start and then made a few passes and settled into second for the rest of the moto.
Who you want to thank?
I'd like to thank MTF, Scott, FMF, Answer, Pro Taper, Liette, Factory Connection, Greg Link. Anyone else I forgot, thank you.
Jarrett Fry finishes second in Supermini. And there he is. And a bronze medal for Styles Robertson. Come on, right here at the center. How'd your moto go, Styles?
I didn't get off to a good start. I dumped the clutch too soon, and yeah, I just had damage control the first lap. Got up pretty good, and then man, tried to catch Jarrett. Caught up to him lappers, but he was riding good. Ty was way out front, but just get a good start, and I think we can be up there.
Who do you want to thank?
Monster G Kawasaki Team Green, Pro Circuit, Fox, Ethica, Maxima, Serbies, my mom, my dad, my sister, my grandma, my grandpa, and my trainer Jay, and just everybody, thank you.
Styles Robertson, third place in Supermini.